Mhm. All right, what's good, world? It's your boy Sambino coming to you again. And today I'm going to be giving you tips and hints, in my opinions, on compression of the vocals. And while we're waiting for Acid Pro 7 professional digital audio workstation to load up, let me just tell you what compression is. Compression is basically bringing down your higher level and your lowest level volume to a standard volume. I mean, for lack of words, I mean, that's probably not the definition of it, but I mean that's what it's. But all right, let's get into it. Okay. All right, so you got two different types. Well, you got two different ways you can use compression. The compression on the vocals and the compression on the master. So right now we're just dealing with the vocal editing of the track, and so we're gonna deal with just that of the compression. And I'm not just gonna deal with compression. I'm also gonna deal with de-esser too, which is a type of compression, but it's a compression for a specific type of frequency, a specific range. So, all right, in this specific track, which is called the Foundation, we're gonna be using the Scarlet compressor from Focusrite. All right, so all right, your main thing you need to know with compression is what level is my vocals at. Now you have some people that use hardware compression, which which have hardware compression, which compress the vocals when they're recording, and that's cool too. But I mean, in my opinion, the best way to do it is manually, using it on your DAW station. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a listen at this track and see what the vocal sounds like. Let's see what we can get. Okay, hold on, we can't get anything. So yeah, all right. So let's take a look at what it sounds like uncompressed. We'll take the compression off of it. Let's take a listen.
I know how they made it through. I know what them boys will do. Beat that block, I did it too. Seen that there, I seen it too. You need Christ, I need him too. On the cross, just for you. I'm going back, little homie, that's on my name. Oh, my Father God in heaven.
All right, see how that sounds? It sounds okay, you know, and that's good because the hardware I'm using produces good production, and that's something you also need to know. A little tip for the day. Um, it's not about the software. I mean, it plays a little part in it, but you know, the better your hardware is, the better outcome your music gonna be. Like when it comes to your vocals, pretty much. So the better hardware, microphone interface you got, preamp, the better that stuff is, the better your outcome is gonna be. But let's look at this compression. Like I said, we're gonna be dealing with the Scarlet compressor, and let's click it on right now. And you see, I'm bringing my threshold of my vocals to about 30, 32, 33 decibels. You know, okay. And let me tell you, for rap vocals, you always want to keep it, or hip hop male vocals, you want to keep your ratio at a 4-to-1 ratio or a 5-to-1 ratio, and your attack at least about a 10 or or a 15 or a 5, between with however it sounds better with you, but I mean 10 is pretty good. It's pretty standard. I use 10 attack for most of my compression, and a release at least about a 150 milliseconds. So it's kind of a long release. Not a short release, kind of a long. But like I say, it's different sounds for how you want it. But I mean, this is kind of standard. And I have it at 33 threshold because that's where I can start to hear a difference, and I can hear the levels being lowered. My highest peak levels being lowered at 33 decibels, because I record it kind of low. So I mean, the lower volume you record at, probably the lower threshold you're gonna have to bring it down to. So, but the louder you record at, it probably be a small threshold, like 15 or 18, something like that. But I mean, I don't suggest recording in loud volumes. I don't think that's good. But let's take a listen at it. Okay, we got it on. Okay. Another thing, compression. This is what when you hear music and you hear how their voice just sits in the mix, it don't sound like it's over the beat or is under the beat, but it's like right in the beat. This is what compression does. It sits your voice right in the beat. It just sits it right there.
I know how they made it through. I know what them boys do. Beat that block, I did it too. Seen that there, I seen it too. Unique Christ, I need him too. On the cross, just for you. I'm going back, little homie, that's on my name.
Oh, you see how clean that sounds? Let's cut it back off real quick.
I know how they made it through. I know what them boys do. Beat that block, I did it too. Seen that there, I seen it too. Unique Christ, I need him too.
You see how loud that is now? It's kind of loud. Let's cut it back on and get a better feel.
I know how they made it through. I know what them boys do. Beat that block, I did it too. Seen that there, I seen it too. Unique Christ, I need him too. On the cross, just for you.
You see how well balanced that sound. It basically equals out all the volume levels of your track. It makes them even. So nothing is going under over 33 decibels, and all my lower tracks that's under that are being raised up. Okay, let's hear it with the beat, so you can see how it blends in with the. And though I'm not finished mixing the track, but I mean, let's just check it out. Alright. Alright, so you hear how that sounds, and that's basically compression, like I say, attack of a 10. If you're just looking for some settings to set your stuff at, this is where I go with attack of a 10. Right now I got my ratio at 5-to-1, or you can have it at 4-to-1, but nothing else than that. That's good for a male vocal. Or 3-to-1, some people you can, it's your choice, but like 10 or 15-to-1, that's too much. You know what I'm saying? That's too much. A female vocal, you can have it at like 6.6-to-1, 6-to-1, or something like that in that range, you know. But you always want to keep the vocals of artists like between this, you know, 6-1 or 7-1, you know, in this like to 2-1 in this range. I don't really use 2-1 or 3-1, you know, and like I say, attack of a 10 milliseconds and release of 1.5 seconds, you know. So all right, and then we're gonna talk about de-esser, which I say is a specific compressor, and it compresses a specific range of frequency. And in this vocal, you know, this is basically de-essing those hard S's, like stuff like that, you know. And I'm using the Bluetooth Nomad Factory de-esser, by the way. It's a great de-esser. And okay, you don't want to compress the threshold too much. Right now I got it at a 30 decibels. You know, that's good because my compressor's at 33. You know, it's not like overshooting the compressor, like compressing it. But you can also listen right here into what frequency you trying to compress. Most DSs should have this kind of function. I'm not saying all of them do, but most of them should. All right. See, it's a lot of activity going on in that area. See.
Protect my soul from any 11. Complete me, Lord, just call it 7. On the 8, bring a 10. Born again, born to win. Save a soul out the wind, out of skin, or run away. All my sins been done away. Thank you, Lord. That's
So,
Christ.
you know,
Testimony. That's life. Yeah.
and that's all really a de-esser does. You know, I don't really have that much time to really get it right on the money, but I think I had it like a 7 uh 7,785 kilohertz. That's where a lot of that S pops out at. And sometimes it pops out at 10 kilohertz. You know, you have a lot of activity depending on your voice. You know, uh, so you can just listen to it. But this is basically what it does. You know, I got the range of the range at 6 decibels. You know, and so like I say, that is a male de-esser right there. You know, and Nomad has different functions where you can, you know, female vocal de-esser. You know, you just kind of learn from, you really kind of learn from how they got it set up, but you kind of learn from listening too, because though they have already factory settings, you know, that don't mean it's for your voice. So you know, but yeah, so yeah, that's compression, both de-essing and compressors. So I hope you learned something.